We're here at Pond Street, Leominster, Mass. And believe it or not, this is where we're going to start with the second episode of the whole Ivory Keys Apartments project, which is on Adam Street. The reason I'm stopping here is, there it is, and I'm going to have to position the camera over the fence. And looks like they've done this side and this side, not the other. And it looks like they might have taken the lean out of the building, because there was an obvious lean outwards the higher you went. It might still be, I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't know if we can do this or not, but if we go in and actually turn this knob in the right direction, you can actually see, and I'm gonna have to rest this on the fence here, they've already started framing, because this was a clear through building. No architecture inside. It was a factory. And they've already got some framing going on. It's really hard to tell anything on the upper levels. Yeah, see, that's still unframed. And then we get to frame territory there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on the other side of this building here. Although we're not gonna use the driveway here because it's private property, and see what it looks like. It appears it's all open now. As you can see, first off is they've built the bump out that was pictured, or they only got 2 of the 3 floors actually, because they've ripped off the sheathing on this part of the building here to accommodate the 3rd floor of the bump out. And after reviewing the video, which we cannot see anymore because it's been sheathed over there, or resheathed, is that there was a telltale sign where the 3rd and 4th floor were an addition. In fact, we still might be able to see it, is here between the floors, well, it doesn't show on this actually, but it did on the resheathed side, is the boards between the windows. There was a random pattern, if you may call it that, even though it's kind of oxymoron-ish. And then above the 3rd and beneath the 4th, they all were in a straight line. So that was a way you could tell. You can see where the chimney is that there is a sag issue that they have addressed. So that's something that they've also fixed as well. And if we zoom into the windows again and play with our magic let me see inside button and go the right way, you can definitely see they're definitely starting to put interiors into the building, especially right there. Not so much on this floor yet. Let me just, turn it more. It seems they've put the strapping on for the drywall on the ceiling there. Yeah, it looks like, they have done some of the, it's the 4th floor that's not, doesn't have any framing yet. But there you go. And those pieces of lumber there that make up the windows, original, and it's pretty worn. If I take off the, they've definitely been waterlogged at some point, but apparently it's not going to matter anyway because it's going to get ripped out for this. Now we'll go in the front. This time nobody's working there, so this time it shouldn't be a problem. And there's a car, and I'm blocking your way. Sorry about that. The one car. The one car on the street. Oh, and yeah, before we go, they still haven't taken off the asbestos siding on this side. No idea why. All the other sides have been taken care of. I'm sure there's a reason. And there's the bump out again. Now I'll say, we'll cut. Okay, we're on this side now, and definitely you can see the framing, and if we zoom in and do our light trick, actually it's really not needed, but we're going to do it anyway, is just a little bit. You can see the old post and beam construction and the framing going around it. Pretty neat to see that, huh? Yeah, it looks like the floor might not have been any good in this area, so it was taken out. Or at least that's what it looks like. I mean, when I see the footage on the computer, I'll be able to tell. And of course, nothing up there. In fact, it looks like the whole roof is redone. So I know in the Google shots, they're pretty crappy. And that there is a hole. That's what it says, so it must be a hole. And one thing I definitely have noticed, if we go over this way, and I'm probably not holding the camera straight, is I think they pulled the, well, there's still a little bit of a lean to the building. Now, I mean, it looks like it's leaning really nasty. It's just the way I'm holding the camera. If I hold it straight, it just, you're not seeing anything really. But right where that topper is, it used to, not this bad, but it leaned out like that. And yeah, it might still be doing it, but it's, I don't think it is. It's, I've looked at it from the other side of the street, and it looks like it might be all nice and straight now. I think that might be what some of these bars, let's do this whole thing again. I think that's what some of these metal bars are here for. I think for lateral strength, number one, because these buildings were not made for lateral strength. They were made for compression loads from heavy machinery. And maybe it might have been used while installing to straighten the building out. Yeah, it definitely does not lean forward like it did before. That's definitely not a thing. And I'm gonna go across the street again. Maybe we can see an actual beam. And I hit the end. Now I'm gonna go up like this, zoom into that window, and do our little light trick thing again, and wrong direction. Yeah, there's a beam right there. I tell you, the people in this neighborhood like to blast their stereos. Alright, as they blast on by, yeah, I can definitely see, okay, do our job. Yeah, I push the button, I push the button, I push the button, I push the button. We know, hey, there we go. Push the button, do a job. Concept. There's another section where it appears the floors were no good, so they just resheathed them. Or they just ripped them out and resheathed everything. It kind of looks like it goes underneath the original floorboards. You know what the important thing is? You're saving an old building that was pretty much completely unsafe and turning it into something really nice. In this case, 41 apartments. I can see how that would happen. Question is, where's the access hall going to be? I think it's going to be on the other side. And then it's just going to be 10 apartments on each floor along the front. Or it's going to get divvied up in some sort of number in various sizes, and might have some in the basement. Although I wouldn't know about that unless they redo the land, because it definitely wouldn't be legal as it is. But I don't know really. I don't think it's going to be really anything, any apartments. In fact, this might be considered the back of the building now, and this might be where the access hall is, so who cares really? And like I said, the one thing I'm surprised at, they've removed all the asbestos siding, but not here. Still a little bit of what the building used to look like as we go across the street yet again and end it at this point. And I'm glad the people that are blaring their stereo decided that maybe other people don't want to hear it. Concept. Yeah, it looks like crap, but you know, that was then. And this building apparently was not a perfectly straight building. You can kind of see there, and we just, yeah, I'm pushing the button. There we go. Now suddenly we want to do something besides what I'm choosing. There we go. Don't need to do it too much. More post and beam, original floor decking. Not so much original floor decking there. Yeah, this building was so shot anyway. But it's nice to see that something's coming out of this. And this is the only side that sort of looks like what it used to. And shall no longer be. Yeah, I'm thinking this side will be the apartment side, because if they're going to put any in the basement, this is where you have the legal access in and out. And it looks like the basement level is pretty consistent on this side. So that's the project as of now. Georgia 551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.